Oh, welcome to Saturday Night SoundByte. Marijuana, cannabis, pot, grass. What makes it so special? How do we use it? What other unbeknownst reasons do we have to legalize it? And who the hell keeps slowing down the progress? I mean, come on, man! We talk about the news that matters to you. Yes, you. We see you there. Put your shirt back on. It's not time for sensual instruction guides. I bet that you would. I bet you wish you could sound as smart as us when we take on the new game. Are you smarter than Neil Degrasse Tyson? Following up our comedy routine, we have dark and embarrassing stories about our co-stars' past. What secrets did Nick use Toothpaste for? And later on, if you can stomach it and stick around, we have a special guest for you. So sit back, smoke a joint, eat some popcorn, take some insulin, I don't care. Enjoy the very first episode of Saturday Night SoundByte. I'm out of here.
Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Saturday Night SoundByte. Joining me today are the people to my left and right on the other side of the world. Mr. Nikolai Volkov. Are you going to talk to us there, Nick? And stop coughing?
Hey, how you doing?
He's busy injecting the marijuana.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have Mr. Jackalus Healy.
That me.
That's him. He's my long-lost cousin from outer space. And me, the star of the entire show. Because everyone just listens for me, you know?
I work in a box factory on the moon. I'm a slave there.
Yes,
help.
Because he's Irish. Basically, in this podcast, what we do is we talk about news that interests us, talk about topics that interest us, and just talk complete shite. Because what else would we do with our lives?
So just, play a video game, have this on in the background, listen while you're taking a shit, anything like that. Fucking masturbate. I don't care.
Yes.
Just we're glad you're here.
Relax and listen to our beautiful voices as we spew beautiful shite into your ears. Right.
Beauty.
Nick, you've been quiet. What have you been doing recently?
Well, honestly, Keith, as you would imagine, after Drek's defeat, there was fancy balls, dress parade, and the wiener roasted out. I've been playing a lot of Ratchet & Clank 2. A lot. I'm on challenge mode 3 right now, and I am busy working on the races to get the platinum bolts so that I can platinum this fucking game and move on to Ratchet 3 and not ever look back.
You've been playing Ratchet & Clank for like 3 months straight at this point.
And the funny thing is I'm not getting sick of it. I think the reason is because I haven't played the original Ratchet & Clanks in almost fucking 12 years that it's just, I'm making up for lost time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. So, I hear Ratchet 2 is your favorite from a birdie on my shoulder.
Ratchet 2 is my second favorite.
Oh.
My first favorite is always going to be the first Ratchet & Clank, always. Even as I'm playing this right now, I want to go back to the first Ratchet. Even though I've already platinumed it, I can't get enough of the first game.
You see, as much as I love the first Ratchet & Clank, it really hasn't aged well for me. There's just, like, the combat, the comedy and the story in Ratchet & Clank 1 was probably some of the best in the PS or in the PS2 trilogy, although Ratchet was kind of a dick in the first game, but it builds character.
That's the thing for me. That's why I love the first Ratchet game.
Speaking of Ratchet and stuff, I found out something. I don't know if you realize this, but did you know in Ratchet 2, if you skip all the behind the hero things, like a secret cutscene plays?
What?
Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like I skipped the first one, and Ratchet was like, so that's why my butt's been itching. It's been a hygienator.
Oh, no, that's not secret.
Wiggles in
That's
the
not
fucking...
secret.
Yeah, that's not a secret.
I've never seen it. I've never seen that. And I've never skipped, like, my last time. Like, what the hell?
Interesting.
What's wrong with me?
Interesting.
Well, there's a lot wrong with you. We just need to...
Oh.
You'll figure that out
Yeah,
by the end
thank
of
you
your
very
life,
much
don't
too,
worry.
Jack. Thanks.
Sorry.
But Jack, how about you? What have you been at?
I recently just got access to a PlayStation 4 again because, mine broke when I
Another white one.
launched.
You sorry
So I've
sod.
just been PS4-less this entire time.
That's sad. I don't know how
Yeah,
you
but with
coped.
that I got the Ratchet and Clank reboot, which I always wanted to play, which was pretty good. I don't know if it's the greatest Ratchet and Clank game, but it's a very beautiful game and it's a very fun game to play. It doesn't have the soul
Yes,
that the previous games did.
I completely agree.
And
with
I
that.
got Last of Us remastered because I loved The Last of Us when it first came out. I think I knew Game Plus like 20 times.
Jesus.
And playing through the story again, I haven't watched a single cutscene from that game since like 2013. So I'd more or less forgotten it, and it ages like fine wine, man.
Well, Naughty Dog games don't age for me. Every Naughty Dog game you can go back and play just as you could play any like fucking PS4
Jack
game
1
today.
visually has aged, and I don't like the camera controls because unless you're playing on the PS3 version, it's all inverted.
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. But gameplay wise, you can't tell me that's aged.
Oh yeah.
It still holds
Yeah.
up as good as that Atten. Me, I have,
Anyway, Keith, we've talked about us.
Yes, me. I have been.
What about you?
I've been trying to get back into games because I've been on a bit of a slump lately. I've been kind of going through that phase where I just hate all games because that happens. I'm just
Yeah.
a bit burnt out on
Listen
games.
to this shit, people. Listen to this shit, people. You ready for this? Right? So Keith recently got his hands on Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
Ooh.
Incredible
And
game, I'm not gonna lie.
He
I rate
he
this
played
game.
it.
I rate this game at
He
10
rates
out of
it.
10. And I fucking hate it. Can
He
you
sounds
explain
like those
that to me?
critics on Metacritic, like
8 out of 8. Not great, mate.
It's weird. Like, everything about this game is fucking near perfect. There's only very few little nitpicks I can say about the game that is just
Does it
nothing.
Does it not have any soul?
That's what it feels like to me. It just feels like it's soulless. It just feels like I have no connection to it. I've been playing it like a zombie. I'm like, oh, this is so good. I hate it. I get no feeling from it. And Nick brought up a very interesting point when I told him this. He said, maybe because there's no dick in it.
There's no what in it?
there's no sausage. There's no dick. You play as a like this is a lot of the reasons why a lot of women don't play video games. It's because there isn't enough fucking roast beef sandwich in it. Okay? Okay? It's
Hold up.
real shit.
Hold up. Horizon Zero Dawn was made by the same people who made Killzone?
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What a weird fucking transition.
Well, fucking hell. Last of Us makers made Crash Bandicoot, so.
Yeah. Fair enough. But, I mean, before they made Last of Us, they made Uncharted, so...
True. We're on Uncharted made
It's
Jack
not
and
that
Daxter,
transition.
so, you know.
Well, that's a fucking. But
But,
My
I
heart-
mean,
yeah, Horizon,
Every time-
don't let my words fool you. The game is fucking phenomenal. It's just, I'm an arsehole. And it's not, don't let, people are going to take that the wrong way because it's the internet. It's not because I'm a fucking sexist, to get that out of your mind. It's because I just can't, I don't know what it is. That may be nothing to do with the reason, but it's just, that's the only thing that sticks out in my mind as to why, that's probably an underlying reason why. Then again,
Well, can you not connect with the character? The main
I
character?
can't connect with any of the characters in it. I just.
but then again, you played Bayonetta and fucking loved it.
Exactly. I love Bayonetta. Bayonetta is fucking phenomenal, and I connected with that like a motherfucker. So that's probably nothing to do with it, but whatever. I'm weird. That's my story.
I mean, did you connect with Ellie?
yes, actually.
Yeah. Those were my favorite parts of fucking The Last of Us, was being able to play as Ellie, especially when Joel gets a fucking toothpick through his side, and when you have to like, when you actually have to like play as Ellie and like survive, and like how it starts you off hunting in the woods and stuff. It was just like, oh, this is good. This is really good.
I really loved that part because when the game came out, it came out in 2013, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2012 was it? Was it
2013.
2013?
2013.
No, it was 2013. So I was 14 at the time, so I was Ellie's age. So I could kind of be like, wow, being me in this fucking scenario, bro, I'd die in like 2 seconds. Like I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, that
Yeah. So
Last of Us is great. we're going to do the news now. We have a few articles handpicked by ourselves here, and we're going to read them out and discuss them as a beautiful group of people, because that's what we are.
What the fuck is up with you and beautiful?
I love the word beautiful. It's a beautiful word. But should I ease us into this? Should I read my first one that's been the biggest news story of the week for me?
Oh, yes.
Alright then. This is an article from Polygon, and I have a big problem with this article that I'm going to get to right now. Do you guys know Kinda Funny?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kinda Funny, for people that are not aware, are former IGN employees that left IGN to go and make their own thing, which takes a lot of balls to do. And I'm a big fan of these people, so this is going to be really biased on my part. But I'm a big fan of Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty in particular. I think they done the best podcast known to man in the history of anyone.
Wasn't Colin Moriarty a character from Fallout 3?
Yeah.
That's a...
we better get a picture of that motherfucker up on the screen. He's my fucking cheapskate right there.
And anyway, these lads had the best podcast known to man, known as Podcast Beyond forever. And then when they left IGN, I was really bummed out because the podcast is gone. But then they just reincarnated it with a different name and Kinda Funny. But Colin Moriarty recently has left Kinda Funny, and I'm going to read this for you, this Polygon article here, because it's going to be easier to get my thoughts around this. So, Kinda Funny co-founder Colin Moriarty quits in wake of sexist tweet. Firstly, that title, that, what do you call it? What do you call fucking news article titles? Things.
Clickbait?
Whatever, we'll go with that. This clickbait title is wrong. Technically, it's wrong. Firstly, it wasn't because of the tweet, which I'm going to get to. And secondly, this fucking tweet wasn't sexist, so shut the fuck up. But anyway, let's continue. Kinda Funny co-founder Colin Moriarty quit his position today, saying that he was leaving the group that formed in 2015 effective immediately. The move comes in the wake of an offensive tweet. Offensive is a big stretch, is the best way to put it. Moriarty posted on International Women's Day last week. Do you want to hear this tweet?
Yes, and we'll rate it out of 10 bashed wives.
So Colin posted this on International Women's Day, 8th of March 2017, and said, peace and quiet, hashtag a day without a woman.
I rate that 2.5 battered wives out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Could have...
Nick?
I can see how people could take that out of context.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I mean,
but still, it's not like...
It's not as if he said women are
like
fucking all scumbags and need to die and be put in concentration camps.
Who tweeted since it's Women's Day, ask your woman say please before you ask your woman to make you a sandwich.
Hitler?
Like that would have been that would be more, but it's still just a fucking joke.
Yeah, it's a joke, and it's a fucking dad joke. Like, it's just a stupid joke. But anyway, the uproar for this was absolutely fucking ridiculous, and I'm going to get to that.
From the social justice warriors and mages.
That too, and former friends. So when I said earlier that Colin and Greg and the other lads left IGN, their former co-workers started fucking getting on Colin for this and started absolutely bashing him, saying, "Oh, is this the type of person you want to be?" And like, "Oh, blah 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 blah," like fucking just eating into the fucking all the bastardness of this whole ridiculous situation. And as all this was flaring up and all this was happening, all this controversy is happening, Colin announces his resignation from Kinda Funny. And he said on Facebook, "It's with a heavy heart and great sadness that I announce my resignation from Kinda Funny effective immediately. He said that following a discussion with his teammates, he decided to move on. A former IGN writer, Moriarty is known for his... Sorry, that's not... They didn't put the full quote in there and it looked like they did. I apologize for that. Fuck you, Polygon. But, this prompted... The whole tweet situation was a big fucking massive PR disaster for a company, right? So, Greg, the main honcho of Kinda Funny, release a statement, which Colin edited, which Colin like was fully fine with, released like an apology saying, yeah, blah blah, it was only a joke, but blah blah, it probably wasn't the best thing to do, blah blah, you know, just to save face, PR, bullshit like that. And then Colin left, and this alone turned people like completely on their heads over. Like, if you look at any kind of funny video now, the amount of dislikes to like ratio is half and half. People fucking either absolutely despise everyone at Kind of Funny now for the main thing I hear is that you threw Colin under the bus, fuck you bastards, or oh my god, will people get a life, fucking hell. Colin obviously left on his own terms, which he did, because if you watch the show they done afterwards, Colin was on the fucking show and he was like, yeah, I'm leaving, but we're all on good terms. But that wasn't enough for people, and they were all like, yeah, you threw Colin under the bus, how dare you, I'm unsubscribing and whatever.
So he just happened to leave right after this tweet?
Exactly. And that's where people are getting really fishy about it, because they said in the video that they have been grown apart for a very long time, but that's been contradicted, because Colin just made a new show called Colin Was Right, where he just talks about gaming topics, kind of like the Jimquisition. Yet they're saying that they've been going apart for a while. Why would you start a show if you knew this was going to happen? So that's the one thing where I'm like, but other than that, like, everything seems fine to me. Like, obviously Colin is completely different to everyone else on that fucking team, and you can tell that he gives no fucks. He's like, he gets his opinions out there, and they're very, very unpopular opinions. I barely ever agree with him, but I enjoy hearing his opinions. But a lot of people can't take other opinions, so that's why they were probably growing apart, but like, because he's saying some really ridiculous shit that people would find unacceptable, such as what he said on Twitter, and I think they're just trying to like phase him out anyway. So that's my 2 cents. What do you think of this? I know I explained that arseways, but I want to hear what. Like,
they were just looking for an excuse to get rid of him?
Maybe.
I could see that.
I don't have enough knowledge on the subject to really put in my 2 cents. It sounds fishy, but.
Anyway, I'm a fan of these lads. I still am a fan, but I just wanted to bring that up because I find it interesting, and I'm really gonna miss it, because that podcast was something special. It really inspired me to like start doing this podcast, and I'm gonna miss it. And yeah, they were the best people to listen to about PlayStation ever, and now it's gone, and I'm a bit sad about that. But that's that. That's the topic I wanted to bring up first. That's the biggest thing that happened for me this week.
So, a lot of people may not be acquainted with a certain Jeff Sessions. He is the United States Attorney General, and he's a fucking idiot.
Okay.
Absolute fucking moron. All right. So, before I get into this, a little backstory about the man, right? He is as you know, in the United States, we are starting a kinda revolution with cannabis, bringing it into the legal side of things instead of keeping it on the black market to...
Oh, yeah. Like, at this point, it's inevitable.
Yeah, right. And this man is like literally fucking reefer madness at its fucking height. And he claims to be such a fucking scientific guru genius and shit. Like, he knows every fucking thing out there about fucking cannabis and how fucking bad it is, that he thinks that it is the absolute worst idea to legalize the fucking most helpful plant on the fucking face of the planet. At least that's my opinion on the fucking plant. It does a lot more than get you high. If you don't think so, you need to
fucking count on this. The amount of times you said fucking in that one sentence.
Or are we gonna have like a counter on the screen?
It just makes me feel so fucking emotional.
Now, allow me to... I'm not going to play devil's advocate because I don't believe marijuana should be illegal, but I'm going to try to give why I think Donald Trump put Sessions in the position that he put him in. Donald Trump has been asked repeatedly and has always said that he's 100% for medical marijuana, and recreational marijuana should be left up to the states. There is no discussion on his policy on that. Now, he put Sessions in charge because Sessions is loyal to him. And at the time when Trump was appointing people, there was not a lot of people that were going to be loyal to him. So even though he has a few really dumb opinions, Trump can just veto him when he knows he's wrong.
You know, that would give me a slight glimmer of, like, feel good. Like, okay, we're going to be good if Trump wasn't a total fucking retard about some things.
Here we go.
I mean, granted, I respect his idealism of fucking, like, the immigration thing and trying to fix Obamacare and shit like that, and the fact that he's all on board for medical marijuana and shit like that, but there's just some things that are just so fucking questionable. It's like, are you a fucking 9-year-old man-child or something? Like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you, you orange potato chip?
Well, if you were, Nick, let's be honest. If you were a multi-billionaire, you'd be a pretty cocky motherfucker, and you wouldn't really take much shit.
Very true. Very true. Very true. But
it plays into his character. And
he was born with it. He had money from the fucking beginning. He didn't know what it was like to fucking be on the ground and have to fucking get your meal out of a trash can type deal.
Most people don't. I mean, people. Well, a lot of people know what it's
speaking.
Yeah,
figuratively speaking. I mean, from going from nobody to somebody.
To the man's credit, you give most 22-year-olds $1 million, and they'll have blown it all on worthless shit in a year or two.
Very true. That's one thing I can give him credit for, is that he didn't do that. He invested in it and fucking quadrupled his amount over and over and over and over again until he is where he is now. Now he's the fucking president all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's the most powerful man in the world, arguably.
Yeah. Is this still about marijuana?
Yes, it is. Now let me get back to the subject at hand. Okay, so a few things about Jeff Sessions. One, he finds marijuana to be equally as dangerous as fucking opioids and heroin. Now, he said that.
Did you just say he's a scientific guru?
Yes.
No, he thinks he's a scientific guru.
That's what he thinks
I missed the
he
tinks.
is. Yeah, he thinks he is. He thinks he is. Yeah, he thinks he's a fucking scientific guru, and yet every fucking step of the way, he's always like disregarding facts and new scientific breakthroughs about this stupid plant that should have been legalized, that should have never been fucking prohibition. Or that's not really a word, but
my opinion on this, people like this that are in this much denial, is that they cannot be this stupid. They obviously know the benefits, but are being fucking tipped off by someone not to actually admit it.
When you look at something like this, you have to ask, is the person evil or are they stupid? Now, like my grandmother, she's 88 years old, and she, they've given her so much medication, Xanax, Narcos, whatever you want to name it. My dad talks to her one day, and my dad's a very pro-marijuana guy, and he's like, what do you think about getting on medical marijuana? Because a lot of this could be helped, and you wouldn't have to go through all of the pills with negative side effects. And her response is, marijuana? Oh no, not any of that. Yeah. Because people that are that age, and Jeff Sessions is like 70 years old. They've just had so much of that reefer madness and so much of that indoctrination, more or less, into them that it's really hard to get them thinking any other way.
Yeah, it's what they've been hearing their whole life, so you can't just change, they can't just change their opinion like that. Like, after 70 years of hearing marijuana is the devil, they can't just go, oh, but these things are saying that they're not. Like, oh no, but I've been hearing it my whole life. How are you right?
That's very true. I mean, I understand, any aspect of that, coming someone who's a Christian and starting to get other opinions of God may not be real, shit like that. It's hard to accept things like that. But when you have surmounting evidence about the folly of the whole situation. It's just like, Jesus Christ, how could you even still cling to this? How could you even, like, say the things that are saying? Like, do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? You sound so uneducated and so useless to the fucking cabinet.
Can you give us examples of some of the ridiculous things he said?
I got it. I got one here.
Oh, okay.
I realize this may be an unfashionable belief in a time of growing tolerance of drug use, but too many lives are at stake to worry about being fashionable. I reject the idea that America will be a better place if marijuana is sold at every corner store. I'm astonished to hear people suggest that we could solve our heroin crisis by legalizing marijuana, so people can trade one life-wrecking dependency for another one that's only slightly less awful. Our nation needs to say clearly once again that using drugs will destroy your life. Now, I agree that using drugs will destroy your life. Like that fucking narco fucking pharmaceutical business that fucking pays you to say this shit, or the alcohol business that tells you to fucking say this shit. I understand that completely, but marijuana is by no means on the same scale as heroin or opiates. No one has ever fucking directly died from marijuana ever, and yet you have the gall to fucking say this shit. That is just what ticks me off about the man. I understand that he is an old man who has old-timey beliefs, but this old man with his old-timey beliefs has a shitload of fucking power. And to tell you something interesting, the title of this, which I'm not entirely sure is actually fucking true or not, but it says Jeff Sessions just kicked off the next war on drugs.
Where's the what's the source?
He has done a good job in like fucking gearing you up, so I'm sure that's a lot for a lot of advocates like yourself. I'm sure that's the same. Like, this guy is a fucking moron. We have to show people the truth. I'm sure that's what you're feeling now, and I'm sure that's like what every marijuana advocate is feeling.
True, and there's also this little bit of information that will really get you titillated.
What's the what website are you reading this off of?
What the fuck is this? I think it's Canifo. So, one thing that he did back in '96, right? Now, he completely forgot that he did this, right? You know, it was something so minuscule as fucking sticking a stick up your ass that you just forget about it. He was an advocate for the death penalty for being like a third-time offender of selling drugs, whatever that specific drug may be, including marijuana. That is a fucking harsh fucking sentence for someone who just deals shit. I get it. Incarcerate them, sure. Or fucking teach them how to get a proper job or some shit. No, none of that. Fucking kill them. You know, just fucking kill them. You know, that
implying we shouldn't just send them to a gulag and have free labor.
I said job opportunity, teaching them how to get real jobs. So that's right up that alley. So I mean, I don't know. It just, let me read this article here now. Actually, the gist of what this article says.
So that was while he was Attorney General of Alabama.
This is now stuff.
Not in '96, he was Attorney General.
Oh yeah. That's when he said that. Mm-hmm. And recently he was like, I don't even remember, and he was like smiling and shit, like fuck prick. So anyways, so basically this article says Jeff Sessions just kicked off the next war on drugs. Now I doubt that's entirely true. I think that's just the clickbaity part of the article right here. So anyway, because if a new war on drugs was around, I'm sure Jack would know about it. I mean, it'd be on the news and shit. So anyway, after the quote, oh, that's it. The story is developing. Stay tuned for more.
Journalism.
I love modern journalism.
Oh, it's so fucking great. Have a quote, copy and paste, save a few fucking words. Just, yeah. But yeah, so basically, the man is just, whatever he has planned for me personally, I don't give a shit. Me personally. I really just want to see the marijuana industry, the cannabis industry flourish, and it's going to regardless or not. But I have a feeling this man is going to slow it the fuck down, like ridiculously. And I don't want to see that. I wish he could just see the fucking light that it's not a big deal. But I think, as we've said, he is paid off by too many big budget fucking companies and organizations and shit to really be bothered with it.
All right, looking at his history, and this is from Wikipedia. He's so dating back to before 2005. He supported the border fence with Mexico, tax cuts in 2001 and 2003. He supported the Iraq War, proposed a national amendment to ban same-sex marriage.
Oh my god!
So,
What a fuck.
the 2009 stimulus bill. The Don't Ask, Don't Tell Repeal Act, which Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Do we all know what that is?
No.
No.
Don't Ask, Don't Tell was, I think it was Clinton era, where basically you could join the military if you were gay as long as you didn't tell anybody you were gay.
God,
What
this
the
man.
fuck? This guy.
Okay,
I
I've
just
lost.
never mind.
And that
fucking hate
was-
this. Never mind.
Don't Ask, Don't Tell was put in place by Clinton because, I believe by Clinton, because you just couldn't have gays in the military or whatever. But he supported repealing that. Let's see. He opposed all three of Obama's Supreme Court nominees. I mean, most people did. So he's got tax cuts are good. War's not good. Same-sex marriage, probably not a good idea to ban that. So he supported the border fence with Mexico. I would bet that Trump just has him in there because he can get him on more things than he can't. And Trump, he said that he has very close personal friends who rely on marijuana to survive and to treat illnesses, for lack of a better word, that they have. So yeah. I don't believe it's going to get any worse. It might get better slower than it would without him, but medical is not going to get stopped.
No.
New Hampshire, I believe they completely decriminalized marijuana a few weeks ago. They the New Hampshire government works very slow. It's very hard to change things there. So they had decriminalized small amounts, and then they decriminalized slightly larger amounts, and now they've completely decriminalized marijuana. So it's coming. I don't have a news article I want to talk about, but I do have a quote from the late great Marshall Mathers.
He's not dead.
Related to substance abuse.
Okay.
See, kids, drugs are bad.
Oh.
And if you don't believe me, ask your dad.
And
if you don't believe him, ask your mom.
She'll tell you how
She'll
does
tell
them
you how
all
she does
the
them
time.
all the time. She will. So kids, say no to
Okay.
drugs.
You don't act like
There
everyone
you go.
else does.
Beautiful, beautiful. This one's going to be much lighter, so calm down. Donald Trump says that he's coming to Ireland after an invite from a new best friend, Enda Kenny. Now, if you don't know who Enda Kenny is, Enda Kenny...
I thought Vince McMahon was his best friend.
Oh, well, Donald Trump is a very popular man.
I love how in this video of Edna Kenny meeting Trump,
Edna
Kenny
Kenny?
is wearing a green tie.
Anyway, Enda Kenny, for people that are not familiar, is our dear leader, our Grand Supreme Leader, our Taoiseach, our Prime Minister, whatever you call your fucking leaders wherever you live. And, yeah, he visited Trump for St. Patrick's Day. By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day. It's St. Patrick's Day when we're recording this. And, yeah, he went to, it's very interesting because he went to visit Donald Trump for St. Patrick's Day, and all the way through Donald Trump's election campaign, Enda Kenny has shown his disapproval for Donald Trump. So it's very interesting that they're now best friends. And also, I better add that Enda Kenny is stepping down from his role as Taoiseach tomorrow. So...
His role of what?
His role, he's stepping
$2
down
billion
as leader of the country, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Now, You know why, right?
No, this is
So-
before he left. This is established
Hold on,
before he left.
In 1995, Donald Trump attended a how do you pronounce it?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'll show you the word. Hold on.
A Sinn Féin.
Yeah, he attended a fundraiser for them.
Yeah.
Months before there was an IRA attack in London.
Uh-huh.
So, Trump, he's said before that he has a great deal of respect for his heritage. When speaking about his German ancestry, he said, "German blood, gotta love that, or good stuff." And he's very in love with his Scottish ancestry. So,
Yes.
a little bit of that Irish in there, a little bit of that money going to the IRA, gonna up the RA, if you will.
Up the ra. No, but yeah, basically, let me just read the story. Let me just read this story from the journal.ie. Donald Trump says he's come to Ireland after an invite from new friend Enda Kenny. So Taoiseach Enda Kenny has met with US President Donald Trump in the Oval Office in the White House. Wow, great grammar there, fucking journal. As the pair shook hands and posed for photographs following the private meeting, Trump confirmed to reporters that he intends to visit Ireland. "I really love Ireland. I'll be there. Absolutely, I'll be there," Trump said in a response to a question. Kenny later confirmed that Trump agreed to come to Ireland after he extended an invite to the US President. "We all had good, friendly and constructive engagement," Kenny told reporters in the White House lawn after the photo call. "The president also referred to hospitality and is very well acquainted with golf courses in Ireland." And finally, I said in Ireland, invitations are always returned and returned in kind. And so during the course of his presidency of the United States, I've asked him to come to Ireland, and he hopes to do so in some time during the course of his presidency. Jesus Christ, many times you say presidency there, Enda. So during the Oval Office photo call, a number of other reporters then attempted to ask questions of the pair, but the White House staffer attempted to end the interaction by repeating the phrase, "Thank you, press." One Irish reporter then asked whether Kenny's previous comments about Trump's language being racist and dangerous was raised during their meeting. There was no response to this query. And that's pretty. I'm not reading anymore. That's pretty much the gist of it. Trump and Enda hit it off very well.
There you go. We're gonna have the American Potato Alliance.
Sorry, I could have sworn you just said Trump and Vendra. Hit it off very well.
So yeah, that's I just thought that was a fun news story.
Wow, I could see it already. Trump, Dimensionator, find the Nazis.
Now we're gonna be character assassinated by some stupid news site for being anti-Semitic, which is nice.
You mean my friends? No.
Okay. So yeah, anyone else have anything else you want to talk about?
I think it's time that we get into our next section.
After this very important news story from Naughty Dog that no one else has covered, by the way.
Ooh.
Right. So
we gotta have this title then.
Yeah, I'm gonna title this because this is annoying me.
Everybody brace yourself.
Yeah, this is annoying me that no one else is covering this, and it's really big for the future of Naughty Dog, right? A message.
Okay.
If you're wearing a hat.
This is a.
If you're wearing a hat,
so
take it the fuck off.
I'm wearing a headset. Right? Do I take it off?
Take it off. No.
No, because you don't be able to hear me then.
Oh yeah, true. Okay.
So the co-president of Naughty Dog, I'm sorry I can never pronounce his name, Christophe Balestra, I guess that's how you pronounce it, has posted a blog on Naughty Dog's website saying a message from co-president Christophe Balestra. And this is I'm just going to read you some of the blog here. I never thought I would be saying something this difficult so soon. After 15 years, I'm announcing my departure from Naughty Dog. My last day will be on April 3rd, 2017. That hit me hard because are you familiar with Christophe and his work?
Not intimately, but I'm sure if you mentioned it, I'd be like, yeah.
Well, he's the co-president of Naughty Dog, so anything Naughty Dog have done, he's been there since Jason Rubin and Andy Gavin left. Evan Wells and Christophe Balestra have been the main top honchos of Naughty Dog, and everything has been certified and gone by them before it has been like given the green light. So on all the Uncharted and all the Last of Us, these lads oversaw it all.
I mean, 15 years. That's since 2002. That's all. Is that through the Jack? Is that through Jack?
He's been with Naughty Dog. I don't think. That was directly after Jack. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that
So
would have
he's
been
been in the
directly
game
after Jack.
for a while.
But yeah, joining Naughty Dog in 2002 was the biggest decision for my family and my career. I was excited to join the team that created Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter. So yeah, he obviously didn't work on Jak and Daxter. For me, the biggest appeal was working with the team responsible for the games I love to play, ones that also looked stunning and were technically ahead of their time. I would have never guessed what my future at Naughty Dog would look like when I joined the studio as a programmer. And then he thanks all the fans and says Naughty Dog will continue to blow you away, and he's going on to do bigger and better things. So yeah, quite sad, I think, because Naughty Dog have not missed a beat with the transition from Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin to Christophe and what's the other guy's name? Evan Wells.
So what does this mean for the company and for the games that they're going to be releasing? Are they making another Uncharted game?
No, they're making DLC for Uncharted. They haven't announced any new Uncharted games, but they're making The Last of Us 2, obviously. So that's all that's been announced so far.
And Jak 4, is that right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if they're going to need to nominate a new co-president or if Evan Wells is going to be the president from here on out. It's going to be interesting to see, but I just wanted to get that out there because no one else has covered this, and it annoyed me. So yeah, that's pretty much that. If no one else has anything to do, I think we should move on to our next segment.
So, we're about to move on to a special segment that I cooked up in my pants.
Waifu of the week?
No.
Oh.
It is time for sensual instruction guides.
My favorite.
Anyways, so Jackalus Copernicus Helandrius Healy is going to be showing you how to plug in and function APS4.
Why did you say you had function twice?
Because it didn't make any sense.
Okay.
All right.
So Jack, take us away and blow us away.
All right. So, once you've gathered your PlayStation and your cords, what you've got to do, you got to take these cords and you're going to be very careful with them. You're going to be very, very careful with them because we're going to put them in the back. We're going to fill just about every little hole this baby has. And doing this one-handed, well, let me tell you, it's a different experience, and you might even get more pleasure. But you've gotta find the hole, which, well, let me tell you, my first few times, I pretty much put it in the wrong hole, and that's never good. Okay, we've got one inside, and we want to make sure we don't turn it on too quickly. We don't want to start the light too quick. We don't want to finish too quick, if you know what I mean. We just got to do it real nice and slow and steady and right in there. Yeah. It's okay. It's all gonna be good. And then what you've got to do, you've got to get one of your games, and you've got to. For example, we'll take The Last of Us here. We're gonna take this game and open it. Nice little game. We gotta get it nice and lubricated. We gotta make sure it's all lubricated to be able to slip in the hole. Nice. Oh, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think PlayStation Chan thinks it's going to fit, but. Okay, we can shove. No, you want it. Don't tell me anything else. No, what are you doing? Oh, maybe it's too dirty. It doesn't like it when the disc is dirty. Let's try that one more time. Nice. Nice and gentle. Just put it in there, nice and slow. There we go. That's all you gotta do. But I don't have the controller plugged in. So you take your PS4 controller plug and just gotta find the right hole, whether it's right or left, it doesn't matter, but just you gotta put it in there all the way. No half measures, you know. Take that cord, that long black little cord, the little male end on the end. You take that, and you take your safety. You take your PS4 controller, which is protected right now, because you should always use protection with your controllers from dust. You know, you take that off. You see that beautiful little white PS4 controller. Take it out, and you see that tight little hole in the back. Oh, you plug it in. That is, if you don't have much battery, but you know, white on white, because white is always right. Make sure your TV's on, and once you see that everything's working, then you're good. Yeah. Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
I have a few questions, Jackalis, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
When you were putting the disc in, what is the best way to lubricate it without damaging the disc itself?
You just give you give 4 kisses.
4
on each edge. 4 on the top of the disc. 1 on each edge. I know it's a circle and it doesn't have edges, but make sure they're evenly spaced apart.
I understand.
Yes.
Thank you. And if you have any
and if
questions for Jackalis about any way of turning on your PS4, then you leave them in the comments. You be sure to leave those comments in the comments. And Jackalis.
And be sure to look out for Jackalis's new sexy book to be published next April 4th.
Next April.
What the
Titled
fuck am I doing with my
My
life?
Life.
Topic of the show. Well, really of the show, not really. It's a topic that we want to talk about. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit you good fellows with it. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this topic?
Yeah.
What is the stupidest thing you have ever done as a kid? So we're going to define what a kid is. This is from 1 to 10. After when you're 11 and 12, you start getting a bit of sense, or at least I did. And then when you're 13, you're not a kid anymore. You're a big, dirty teenager. So,
a big, dirty teenager. No.
God. So yeah, whoever wants to answer this first, you go right ahead.
Well, I'm sure if Nick started, he wouldn't be done for another 5 hours.
Well, that's why we start with Nick. Get him over and fucking done with.
Yeah. I feel the love, guys. Anyway. Fuck. Let's see, the stupidest thing I've ever done as a kid. Could I, go above that? Because the stupidest shit I've done actually happened to me as a teenager.
My
not
God.
as a child.
Okay, you stupid teen.
Alright, so I'm gonna go on a personal note. This is about to get very graphic.
Oh, God.
Okay. Should I put my dick away?
You might want to leave it out.
Ooh.
Alright, so, the stupidest thing I think I've ever done, and I'm gonna be blunt at first, was put toothpaste inside of my dick.
Oh, my God! What?
Okay. Alright,
Okay.
so
Okay.
Normal
I was
so
very
far.
curious as a teenager, right? I was very curious, and I was doing a lot of things, shooting air into my dick, water into my dick, fucking anything that I could really get my hands on, right?
Side note, does your dick still work?
Yeah, it does. Luckily, the things I did to it, I would. Oh, Jesus Christ! Anyway, yeah, I am too. A lot of twisting.
When you go, I don't want to hear the rest. Just do this. I want to get it done with, please.
All right. Anyway, so one day I'm taking a shit, right? Like a big old nasty shit, right? Like, one after you just had a chili dog, one that's just sitting there like, and like all up in that toilet, And all of a sudden,
your toilet on the roof?
No, my toilet in my bathroom.
Oh, you said all up in that toilet, so I presumed it was,
So at this point, I'm starting to feel kind of turned on for some reason and scientific and shit.
Oh, are you feeling like getting a blumpkin?
Oh yeah, totally.
For those who don't know, a blumpkin is when. Should I explain it to the audience?
I don't think you should.
It's when you. No. Anyway, so in this case, the blumpkin I was getting was from a toothpaste fucking vial. So anyway, it was actually the correct terminology would be a reverse blumpkin, maybe. So anyway, so I grabbed the toothpaste and I think, this will be interesting, right? And I stick the fucking tip of the toothpaste vial right into my dick hole. Right? Like, I pulled the lips out, and you know how big those fucking toothpaste things are? Yeah. That went in, right? And then I rolled up the toothpaste, right? And I squeezed it as hard as I could.
Was your piss minty?
Oh, it was an interesting feeling, right? So I did that, right? 3 seconds in, I start getting this minty burning feeling, right? And this drying fucking feeling. And 3 minutes in, I was sitting there and I just looked at the ground and I was like, I made a terrible mistake. Right? So I pull it out, right? And then I go on this fucking piss rant, right? With this fucking blue shit coming out of my dick, right? And it's coming out, right? And it was like worse than having passing a kidney stone. I was sitting there biting on my shirt because my urethra was burning like fucking hellfire, right? Sitting there holding onto my shirt like, right? As it's coming out, right? It's like, it felt like I took a fucking drill bit from a drill and stuck it in my dick hole and just ran it on fucking high setting, right?
At this point, I would not be surprised if you've actually done that.
I did. I'm not even kidding.
Go on, continue your story.
And for 2 weeks straight, I pissed fire.
See, I had the same run-in with pissing fire, but it was with a $5 hooker.
All right, so that's my stupidest thing.
I don't think anyone's gonna fucking beat that now. Someone else talk.
I mean, like, as far as stupid shit goes, shit, I did some embarrassing stuff when I was younger, but not a lot of really stupid things. There was this girl who she used to come over. Let's just say her name was let's just not say a name.
John.
And so I was like 10 or 8 or something, and I was in the bathroom taking a mad fucking shit, right?
Is everyone taking a shit in these stories?
And she was over, and she was like, her and my brother were like jumping on the trampoline or something, and she came in, and she was like knocking on the door, and like the bathroom door, and I was getting annoyed by this because like I was like saying that I was in there, but she kept knocking, and so I just opened it, like I wasn't wearing anything, and she just fucking like her face got like white as a ghost. She like covered her mouth and then like ran out. And then I closed the door and proceeded to wipe my ass. I didn't think anything weird of it until I like thought about it when I was like 14. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's funny. That's funny. All right. I guess it's my turn. So I don't know. I think I was about 6, 7, 8, one of those ages. And I was over at my friend's.
Start early, huh?
Yeah, I was over at my friend's house for a sleepover, and it was late at night, and we were playing sword. He had a lot of toys. This friend had a lot of play toys, and
Ooh, I know a lot of girls with play toys nowadays.
How did I see that coming? And he had swords and shit, and we were playing fake sword fights, right? And and he's like, yeah, we were having fun. He's like, I need to go out to the toilet. So he went out to the toilet, and I was like, yeah, cool. I'll get him on the way back in. And I was there like pretending to move my sword, like I'm a big sword fighting magician genius thing. And they're like, like I'm Bruce Lee. And then I put the sword on my knee, and I smash it over my knee, and I broke his toy sword. And I didn't know what to do. I was really worried. I was like, oh my god, I do have 2 pieces of the sword. So what I do is I need to hide it before he gets back from the bathroom, right? So what I do is I throw the the piece of the sword that's remaining, the longer piece of the sword with the handle still on it, on the floor, and I throw the broken piece somewhere behind his locker or wherever I threw it somewhere to hide it. And I just left it there on the floor and went on his computer and pretended that nothing happened, but then that I'm done with the sword fighting on, that I put it down when he went to the toilet. So I went on his computer and went on YouTube or whatever. Was YouTube around at that time? Yeah, 2005 it would have been. 2006? I don't know. It was early.
2006.
Yeah, it was around 2006. Like, it was really early days of YouTube. And he comes in and he sees the sword on the floor, like fucking, like 1/3 of the size it used to be. And I'm just there on the computer, and he's like, did you see what happened to my sword? And I just nodded. I'm like, no, I didn't see anything that happened. And he's like, who the fuck broke this? Oh, I gotta kill whoever broke this. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, was it you, Keith? I mean, obviously I won't kill you. I'm like, no, how would I have broken it? Like, you saw me playing with them earlier. And he's like,
I'm a wimpy little potato. How did I break it?
How did I break it? And I was there on the computer, and I was just looking up like stupid shit on his computer. The part on the computer is really important. So that's why I keep mentioning it. And I just look up to try and save the subject. I look up Barney is gay, right? And I search that on YouTube.
Yeah, the go-to thing.
Yeah. And I
search Barney's gay.
And I searched that on YouTube. Like, look at these stupid videos. And then he calls his mother, and he's like, Mommy, look, someone broke my sword. And I'm like, oh shit. So she comes in, and she's like, oh no, what happened here? And he's all upset over his sword. That's 1/3 of the size it used to be. And she's like, it's okay, we'll get you a new one. And then she looks over at me in the computer, and there's nothing but fucking gay shit I'm looking up on YouTube. And I'm like, she's like, what is that you're looking at, Keith? And I'm like, it's Barney. And she's like, that's you, stupid YouTube, turn that off. And that's about where the story ends. Nothing much really happened. I don't know if we ever found out that it was actually me that broke the sword. So he was stupid in a way as well, but I think that was a stupid enough thing I done.
You blame a child for thinking that you break the sword. You're fucking stupid. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that lived up to Nick's one, or even Jack's one, but I guess it was alright. But yes.
Yeah, so, is it Tendy time?
Tendy time? Well, you want to do your Tendy thing, you do your Tendy thing, Jack.
I would like to share with you all a song of my people that has been passed down for thousands of years, all the way dating back to my great grandfather Charlemagne.
Charlemagne.
I'm actually related to Charlemagne, though, but I mean most Europeans are. Allow me to proceed. Gimme chicken tendies, be they crispy or from Wendy's. Spend my hard-earned good boy points on kids' meal ball pit burger joints. Mummy lifts me to the car to find me tendies near and far. Enjoy my tasty tendy treats in comfy big boy booster seats. McDonald's, Hardee's, Popeyes, Cane's, but of my tendies none remains. She tries to make me take a nappy, but sleeping doesn't make me happy. Tendies are the only food that puts me in the napping mood. I'll scream and shout and make a fuss. I'll scratch, I'll bite, I'll even cuss. Tendies are my heart's desire, fueled by raging, hungry fire. Mummy sobs and wails and cries, but tears aren't tendies, nugs, or fries. My good boy points were fairly earned by the tendies that I've yearned. But there's no tendies on my plate. Did Mummy think that I just ate? Tendies, tendies, get them now, you fat, ungrateful, sluggish sow! I screech while hurling into her eyes my foul-bowel dwelling diaper surprise. For she who is unpooped on is she who remembers. Never forget my chicken tenders. I'd like to thank Mummy and her tendies. I'd like to thank Keith. And not Nick, though. He just gives me nightmares.
Fuck you!
How long how long have we been recording?
You're 1 hour and 4 minutes in, which means it's time. What's the time for? It's time for the intellectual big word game!
Ooh.
Yes! Fuck yeah! So, may I explain the rules, Keith?
Explain the rules, Nikolai. Explain away.
So this is a game of skill, a game of strategy, a game of perpetual importantness. This is a game where we, as human beings, decipher codes of the Da Vinci Code, and I'm already failing at it. But anyways, basically what this is we try to sound extremely smart, using big words that we have half a mind to not understand, or just don't understand at all. And basically, if it sounds good, you get a point. If it doesn't sound good, you get nothing. So basically, whoever is reciting their words, their intellectual speech, is going to be graded by the other two people who aren't reciting their intellectual speech.
-3.
Okay, Barney.
Every one is worth a point, and we're going to see who can sound the most intellectual.
So what, is every word worth a point, or is every speech worth a point? Are we doing multiple speeches here, or...?
We say a speech.
How about we rate each other out of 10?
Yes, I think that's easier.
Out of 10 Einsteins.
10 Einsteins. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, so let's start. Who wants to start? Not it.
Not it.
God damn you pick on the... You pick on the four Irish.
Holocaust survivor?
Yes. Okay.
I love that meme where it's like Ancestry.com, you're 2% Jewish, YouTuber, I survived the Holocaust.
You see, here I go. Nick, I really believe that the acrimony of your intellectual abilities are really unsatisfactory on this current evening. I think your arguments towards social problems and antagonizing beliefs are very unappreciative, and I don't believe that the anomaly that's coming out of your esophagus is really in any way adding to this conversation today.
Is that it?
That's my speech. Short and sweet.
I'd give you an A for effort.
Damn it! How bad did I do?
Say, I'd give you a. I got just the thing for you, Keith.
How many Einsteins?
I give you a 6.5.
Oh, that's the same you gave Ratchet and Clank PS4, you bastard!
So you give him 6.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give him
Yes.
I'm gonna give him like 5.
Oh, yous are all against me. This is a big conspiracy against me. Fuck you all. I give up. I'm done. Not coming back next
Now, you're the host of the show.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry.
So come back. Come back.
Now-
We're not done.
Now, it's quite riveting how we're going to interpret this intellectual inquiry that we have engaged ourselves in to this day. Personally, I would like to extrapolate this this moment in this conversation much further out to try to grapple with the with the idea that we are an ever expanding, completely autonomous, semi-mechanized Homo sapiens with their own unique and everlasting ideas and thoughts that go into our upper craniums. I'm done.
You don't. Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
But that makes me feel better.
I'm
I'm gonna give you about. You know what? I'll be honest with you. That was shit. But I will.
I started out strong.
You started out strong, but then you started stuttering, you tripped over your words, and you got all flustered. And I don't blame you, I understand. I was in school once, and I had to do a speech in school, and I started off awesome, the teacher was really impressed, and then the fucking bitch looks up at me and puts me completely off, and it's like, oh, and I fuck up the whole thing, but that's neither here nor there.
what the
I
fuck
think
is your
it's
rating?
Oh, rating, sorry, Jack, 3 out of 10.
Oh,
Oh,
originally, Keith, I was gonna give you a 3 out of 10, but I felt like being nice.
Well, fuck you.
Oh.
I mean, thank you for being
All right.
nice.
Jack, I'm gonna give you a 5 out of 10 on that one.
Oh,
Oh my
right.
god, I'm winning! I'm winning!
I should have just stopped after like my first 10 words.
If you take it too long, you
You
start
would've
sounding
got-
stupider, you know?
You would have gotten a 7.
But,
if you didn't,
then it's too
it's-
short.
But you didn't end on a period. You just stopped. You were just like, yeah, I'm done. So
Okay, Nick.
All right.
Nick, the one that's been backseat like critiquing all of us. Why don't you go on the front line there and see how easy it is?
sure, all right. So I assume that we agree that our decision is magnanimous. Do you honestly believe that your thermodynamic quantity representing the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion into mechanical work, often interpreted as the degree of disorder or randomness in the system, do you honestly think that your entropy is any better than mine? Do you? Well, I have to tell you that your lack of order, predictably, is gradually a decline into disorder and chaos. You're a fool. You're a fool. I'm done.
Thermodynamics is not a word. 0 out of 10.
Actually, yes, it is.
No, thermodynamics is. I looked it up. You didn't put the M.
Oh.
You said thermodynamics.
Well, you can grade me on my stuttering, if you wish.
You didn't actually stutter that much, but
You know what, Nick? That was so good, I thought you were reading it. I thought you were reading that from a script.
Really?
Yes.
Actually, I had a little bit of a jump on you guys. My sister used to make me do vocabulary.
Oh, you're already disqualified then. You're disqualified. Bye.
Oh, I'm disqualified for just knowing bigger words.
Yeah.
Okay. The only
Um,
reason I knew that because I was thinking about the definition of entropy in my head.
Alright. No, seriously though, that was the best. I think that's non-debatable. I'll give you an 8.
8 out of 8. That was great, mate. No bait.
So do you want to continue? You want to keep doing this? Or
1 round was good enough for me.
Yeah, I agree. I'll stay with 1. But yeah, Nick, you're the champion of this week. You're the intellectual superiority man today.
Oh yeah, I got mad skills.
I think next-
mad skill.
I think next week we should have some things on the line for this game. Like maybe like some forfeits for the losers. But we'll come up with that when we get to that.
I'll trade you my cummy. I'll give you all my cummies if I lose.
Please.
Hey, are there any Ratchet and Clank 3 servers that are still up?
Last time I checked, the Deadlock servers were up. So maybe I'm sure they're on the same servers.
We should all fucking have a battle.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But yes, today, as the pilot of Saturday Night SoundByte, we wanted to pull out all the stops. We wanted to get anything we could that would help us in any way get noticed and help us become the best podcast we possibly can. So I'm very happy to announce today that we have a very, very, very special guest. Mr. God damn you, Nick. Don't embarrass me in front of the guest. Mr. Geralt of Rivia is in the studio in Ireland. How are you doing, Geralt?
Hi, Keith.
Wow, Geralt, you're sounding very very scratchy.
He's been chain smoking. Yeah, he's been chain smoking.
But, why have you been smoking,
What's
Geralt?
wrong with you?
Are you just mad at being Polish? Like we all get handed a shit deck every once in a while, but being Polish isn't the worst.
Are you fucking degenerates seriously just fucking calling me here just to berate me?
No. Shut the fuck up, Nick and Jack, right? Sousa, I mean...
What?
I mean, Geralt.
What?
Geralt, I'm very happy you're here. Don't listen to these other two degenerates, right? I'm very big fan of your game, The Witcher 3. I'm very well done on all the awards you have earned for it. I just wanna ask you something about the process of creating the game. How long did you spend in the acting role of becoming the most proficient Witcher on screen that you could?
Well, Keith, that's a very interesting question.
Take your time, Geralt. Take your time. I think you need to go to the herbalist, Geralt.
No, I'm fine. Do you know how long I had to bask in cold water, ice water, until I could finally set foot in Skellige?
No. How long?
9 hours a day.
Oh my god, Geralt's turned into a robot! Oh my god! Geralt, come in, Geralt! I think the Terminator's taken over his body.
Hold on. Got some interference.
Oh no.
There's a fiend. Hold on. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
What is happening?
Hold on, I got it. Got it.
What was that, Geralt?
It was a fiend. Nasty varmint.
Oh.
Big as a house. Has a distinct like for neck or shit.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do you want
Fine.
to continue with the interview?
Yes.
Okay, that was Geralt of Rivia, everyone. Say thank you to Geralt, Jack.
Thank you, Geralt.
Thank you for coming on today, Geralt. Goodbye.
Place of power. It's gotta be.
That was fucking awful. So that was Geralt of Rivia. He was a bit off today. I apologise for that. But next week we promise that our guest will be in a better mood and a better health to talk to us. So today we're going.
I heard it was leaked that we were going to get an actual oracle from the Jack and Daxter
Shut
world.
up, Jack! I'm trying to put that under the radar.
Sorry, man. It's
Fucking hell, like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I
sorry.
paying you for? Right,
sorry, Dad. You're not paying me anything. You
Shut
just
up,
hand me
son.
potatoes.
So we're gonna every single episode of Saturday Night SoundByte ends on a god damn it.
A really low and depressing note.
No, it ends on a very lighthearted segment I like to call Clickbait Article of the Week. How fucking holy shit!
Would you like to fill us in, Keith?
There's a Ratchet and Clank Monopoly. So I just checked Facebook, and Insomnia posted a Ratchet and Clank Monopoly board game. It looks awesome, but that's neither here nor there.
So that's our clickbait article? No. It's fucking fake.
No. But the clickbait article of the week that we are doing today is something from GamePer, my favorite gaming site, because of the ridiculous shit they post. And I'm going to get it here for you today. And here we go. So this is by GamePer, as I said, and this is written by Joey S. from the 17th of March 2017. So today, happy St. Patrick's Day, top of the morning to you. So this is the article's title. Here we go. Mass Effect Andromeda animations not as good as compared to Mass Effect 1.
Oh,
great start already, huh? Great grammar, great, fucking perfect title, mate. Great, well done. Let's get into this, right? Mass Effect Andromeda is the new upcoming action role-playing game releasing on 21 March 2017 on PS4, Xbox One and Windows. The game is quiet, anticipated, with a lot of new things for players, and recently launched ample of videos on YouTube give us a glimpse of how the game will be. You get paid to write about games. But one YouTuber just went with a twist to explain how Mass Effect Andromeda facial animations not as great as it was in the previous edition. We had shared the video below to give you the comparison. There are a lot of static emotions seen well on the game, but this does not mean the game lacked the punch in gameplay. Lead Tales video with title Andromeda Alarming Facial Animations and Signs of Indoctrination offers the glimpse of animation that seems like I am not playing or watching that video. You can check out the video above, followed with various user comments who confirm older animations and dialogue were quiet better compared to this new one. Talking about the dead facial expressions, this could be an in-game glitch where the character just seem lack of expression emotionally.
Keith, will you shut up?
Comprising the quality of graphic do has an impact on the series sales, but as this title was quiet as successful, ample of gamers will choose to ignore the same. It is just a matter of time after release we can analyze how this issue can affect the game. The end.
Holy hell. I didn't even understand what the fuck you read.
Either did I. Basically, this person misspells an article.
Every word.
Misspells the majority of this article. Has a typo in his fucking title. And basically the article is just him linking to a YouTube video.
I love journalism, man. But
journalism.
I think we should ask our viewers, all 12 of them that will watch the video, all 0 of them that will get this far in, to submit questions in the comment section below, or maybe message the Xenobite YouTube or Xenobite Facebook page, and we can answer questions on the air. And tell us what you think. Should we go for a shorter format, a longer format, a less homosexual format? Which isn't going to happen because
we all love each other very, very
Don't
much.
ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell.
But yeah, that was episode 1 of Saturday Night SoundByte.
SoundByte.
Oh yeah. And, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you fucking got to the end of this, well done. I hope that means we done a good job, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, tell us why you didn't enjoy it, and I don't know why you got to the end of this video if you didn't enjoy it, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully this will be a new staple of our channel. Hopefully it blows up and we become millionaires like other YouTube people. Okay. Yeah, so any last words from you two fellow gentlemen and women?
Loser!
Yes.
The
I think we're up for another round of chicken tendies. What do you say?
I say no. I say no.
But I say no also.
I am going to end this episode on a high note, and I have a globe here, and I'm gonna spin this globe, and wherever the globe lands is where I'm going to be recording this episode next week.
How about we have to say a random thing about that country that we know?
Good idea. That's a better idea than my one. Right. So let's spin the globe and stop. It ended on Libya.
That's where Muammar Gaddafi was from.
Libya is a place where my uncle, who's a big army man general, went on a peacekeeping project to help war-torn people.
Peacekeeping, quote, quote.
Well, we're Irish. We don't go to war. What else would we do?
I think Rush
Spread
wrote
your
a song
potato
about
religion.
Libya once.
Rush.
That's all I got.
And that's the podcast. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hopefully you enjoy. I already done this part. Okay, bye.
See you next time, guys.
Next week is a better week of all. Goodbye.